Today on Hook the Future, we're catching monster redfish in my hometown, Jacksonville, Florida, guys. Don't go anywhere. We got a great show for you today. If you're a fan of Hook the Future, you know every year we shoot an episode chasing big bull reds on the St. Johns River in my hometown of Jacksonville, Florida. Wherever you're from, there's just something special about coming home. I guess it's that way for everybody, but when we finally get off the road and get the Scout back where she belongs at Morningstar Marina at Mayport, where everyone treats us like family, we can finally take a deep breath and just worry about the fishing, and let the staff at Morningstar take care of everything else. I love Jacksonville and I love fishing the St. Johns. This river has delivered so many special memories on my boat, and we're about to create a couple more with our anglers Brooke and Kinsley. We fished their brothers on a creek episode last year in St. Augustine, and now it's their turn. Let me tell you, these two are ready. They were just a little riled up when their brothers got to film Hook the Future without them, and they've been after me ever since to get them out here and let them show us how it's done. So today is their day. Let's see how they handle a couple dozen giant bull reds. This is gonna be a fun afternoon. So guys, what these redfish do is they come on the edge of the channel and swim big circles and try to find eddies or places in the river where they can get out of the current a little bit. You can see them all stacked in here, kind of cheating using this Garmin 7616 with the chirp transducer. I can just zoom in with the low chirp and see them right here on the bottom, and then zoom in and you can see how many redfish are down here. Just hundreds just stacked in this eddy up here, up under the bridge. So hoping we can set up anchor and put these girls on some fish and have a nice afternoon. The fish are definitely here. All they have to do is eat. So guys, we're using these live crabs today. I want to show you how to break open a crab. The first thing you got to get rid of is the claws, right? So we don't have no danger with the claws. Get those taken care of. And then you want to grab the legs back here with your thumb. And be careful not to stick yourself with a pointy top and peel that shell right off the top. Then once you do that, you break it in half. And I tear off the flaps because we're fishing in a heavy current. If you didn't have any current, you wouldn't have to take the legs or the flaps off. But just like that, half a blue crab, put the hook into the leg socket and out through the soft side, and you're ready to go. All right, hang on. That's a good one. I gotta get all these rods out of the way. Put your left hand in front of the reel, walk backwards. Here we go, good job. Good job. Gotta get these lines out of the way. Oh my gosh, hang on, don't let that pole go in the water. That's a big fish, huh? Man. So you're used to kingfishing a lot, huh? Yes. What, reel them in the boat? What, you just let him stay out there? I don't know, that's a big fish. I gotta get lines up everywhere. Man, it makes me work hard. We got one. I gotta get behind you and get one more. You still got him?
Yes, sir.
All right, hang on.
Heavy. When the first bite came on, it was very rushing, and I actually liked it. It was heavy though. I'm not used to kingfish pulling that hard, or I'm not used to that big of a drag. I'm used to a tiny drag.
Slow her up, and then start reeling before you go down. There you go. Good job. Now, this girl can fish. Tell everybody about what you usually fishing for.
I usually fish kingfish, but...
So I met you at the King Buster tournament, didn't I? Your brother just happened to catch the winner that day,
yes,
huh?
But I haven't won yet.
You haven't won yet?
Yes.
Well, I can tell you this, that they came over, pulled the rod over the top over here. Whoa, stay in the boat. If you follow on my rod, hang on to the rod and I'll come get you. That was funny. Big fish, huh?
Yes, sir.
There you go. He's not quite done.
Oh, he's ready to fight.
He's not done. He is a fighter, huh?
Look at that redfish right there. Point him out to the side. Keep reeling, keep reeling, keep reeling. What a nice redfish, huh?
Yes, sir.
This is on the smaller side of what we're gonna catch today. Can you believe that?
No. When I found out my brother was going to be on the show, I got really disappointed because I really wanted to go. But when they came home that night, my dad told me that me and Brooke might be on the next show. So I got really excited. And so me and Brooke are now on the show.
Man, that's a good fish. He's going crazy.
I always got my first fish. I was kind of nervous because I didn't know where like the camera was gonna go or what to do or anything. And so I reeled it in, and then everybody's like, go, push back. And I was like, okay, and I didn't know it. It was fun though.
So guys, see, like kids can catch big fish. This is a big old giant redfish, pushing 30 pounds, I bet. And what she has to do is keep her feet wide and her belly button facing the rod tip, and the rod tip facing the fish up in the air. So we got this belt spinning on you a little bit.
Yeah.
You hold still, let me spin the belt. There we go. Perfect. Nice job.
When I found out we were going on Hook the Future, I got really excited. We were in my mom's office, so I couldn't be loud because other people were working. But when I got home, I started jumping up and screaming, and Pillow was funny. It was great.
A nice fish right there. What do you think of that? Here, just lay the pole down behind me. Just sit right there on the ground. Awesome job. What do you think of that? Is that the biggest redfish you ever caught?
Yes, sir.
Nice job, girl. Give me a wet, slimy 5. Good job. It's Eagle Claw circle hook. Got him right in the corner. That's the ticket right there. Eagle Claw 2004 ELF 8/0 circle hook. And catch big fish like this and release them to fight another day. What an awesome fish, girl, huh? Look at that. Is that a nice redfish or what? Big kiss, huh? Oh, look. Oh, okay. Let's let him go. Here he goes. See you another day, mister.
You put a toady in.
Man, that didn't take long at all. That was awesome. We'll be back with more redfish, big redfish action on the St. Johns River when Hook the Future returns.
Hook the Future is brought to you by Eagle Claw, where great fishing begins. By Mercury, go boldly. By Fishbites, the bait stays on the hook and the fish stay on the bait. By Salt Life Sport Optics, the finest performance lenses in the world. By Calcutta, hard-working fishing and coastal gear. And by Carolina Skiff, anything is possible. Nothing is more American than getting out on the water for a day of fishing. So the next time you plan on enjoying the great American pastime, you should also plan on using great American-made products. Fishbites are made with pride right here in the USA, and every product we make is designed to do 2 things: to put fish in the boat and give you the urge to do it again. So America, you keep fishing, and we'll cut bait. Set the hook with Fishbites and support products made right here in the US of A.
On this week's Gotta Have It segment, you gotta have the awesome reels by Fenor. These big fish that we caught today, we're using heavy drag, and we need something with a lot of torque that can get them in. So these OFL 20s are perfect for what we're doing. We've got 30-pound test mainline on here with about 20 pounds of drag. So we're really working these reels hard. So whether you're out on the blue water or you're in here trying to catch some giant redfish, you gotta have the awesome reels by Fenor. Check them out. You know we're doing something right with 2 bald eagles circling over the top of us. See them up there in the clouds?
Yes, sir. Kinsley's so awesome because she's like my best friend. I love her. We like to go swimming in the pool. We like to French braid, fish, and have dance parties. Any song, hula, I don't know, country, rock, any song. We dance to it. When I found out the call that I was going to be on Hook the Future, I had a dance party of my own. My family fishing team is my dad, my brother, Kinsley, Charlie, Mr. Walker, my grandpa, and me. We go out on the boat every kingfish tournament and we catch like either a big one or a small one. But if we don't catch a big one, then we always go back and catch a big one.
What would you tell people at home when they say girls can't fish?
I'll tell them they're wrong.
They're wrong? How do you know they're wrong?
Because girls actually can fish.
Yeah?
Because I'm doing it right now.
Man, what a nice fish. What a nice fish. There we go. Hang on, big guy. Eagle claw circle hook right in the corner the way it's supposed to be. Man, what a nice fish, huh? Check that one out. What a pretty gold redfish that one is, huh? What do you think about this redfish?
He's huge.
He is huge. Are these the biggest redfish you've ever caught before?
I've actually never caught a redfish.
Really? So we had your brother out here, right?
So
And they were catching what size redfish?
tiny ones.
Tiny redfish? So you're not gonna rub it in or anything that you caught redfish like these and they caught redfish in the
Can't
creek?
promise.
Can't promise. That's a nice fish right there. Little kiss, no? Oh, it's a happy fish now. Slimy 5, you rock. Girls can fish. This girl can for sure. Let's get that hook out of him. See where that eagle claw circle hook right in the corner. You know, and I gotta say too, your hookup to catch ratio is much better when you use a circle hook as well, not just for catch and release fishing, but just catching fish in general. What a nice, awesome redfish, huh? So guys, I want to talk about the rig that we're using today to catch these redfish. First, I'm starting off with a Fenor OFL 20 reel. It's got a worm gear on it, so I don't have to worry about it getting backed up on the reel or anything like that. Really heavy torque, 4.3 to 1 retrieve. I don't want real fast retrieve on these big fish since we're using such a heavy drag. Then it goes to, I've got a 30-pound Andy main line. I'm using the Monster Yellow so I can see the lines when I'm putting 6 lines out in the spread, and a lot of times we're fishing till dusk for these big reds. This allows me to see the line in the spread where I can keep them on untangled as we're reeling them in. We tie that down to a 2/0 3-way swivel. We put a 3-way swivel in the line right here with a drop loop on it, so it allows me to change the weight as the tide changes in the river. Sometimes we have to put as much as 20 ounces to hold the bottom, sometimes just 6 or 8. So that allows me to change the weight without having to change my rig. And then we have a 60-pound leader, Andy leader, ended with this Eagle Claw 2004 8/0 circle hook. You've heard me say this all day today about the circle hooks. I know I'm really trying to drill this home, but it really is the key to catch and release fishing. If you want to release a fish and let him grow to bigger, or it's a fishery that you have to let go, something like billfish or tarpon or bull redfish, these circle hooks are the way to go. It ensures a healthy release, gets them in the corner of the mouth 99% of the time, and it really works. So that's the rig we're using today, and it seems to be doing the trick. Reel this one right here. Get these out of the way. Go overhead, Brooke. Overhead, whoa.
If you come on the show, I would say if you have someone else with you, I would say help them when they're getting a fish, because when it comes unexpected, you have to like get the belt on and all the gear and stuff on, so you need to help them.
Oh man, what a mess. Chaos. Chaos on Hook the Future. Point your pole that way, walk back to the back of the boat. Awesome. Man, what a nice fish. What do you think of that? Man, we got big fish on the rod, big fish in the boat.
The second fish it was easier because I knew what to do then. And so we were like, go, switch anchors, because we knew the fish were gonna go like fight. Oh, that feels so weird.
Man, keep turning, keep turning. Whoa, all right, hold what you got and back up.
Stay tuned and watch us catch giant redfish when Hook the Future returns.
Whoa. What an awesome fish right here. Okay, he's gonna go all the way over the top again. Okay, point him over that way. Nice St. John's River red right there. Again, set your rod down. Circle hook right there, eagle claw. I say it all the time, but that eagle claw circle hook, man, that's the ticket for these big fish. What do you think of that, girl?
Good.
It's time to learn how to catch more fish with Eagle Claw's Tip of the Week.
So guys, remember when you're using circle hooks, do not set the hook. If you set the hook, it's gonna pull the hook out backwards and not do its job properly. When a fish eats a circle hook, he actually swallows the hook, feels it in his mouth, and then spits it back out, and it catches him on the corner of the jaw almost 99% of the time. If you pull it before it hooks his jaw, it's gonna pull it right back out of his mouth without setting the hook. So one of the things you want to remember when you're fishing with circle hooks, never ever set the hook. Just come tight, keep the line tight, and reel. And that's this week's Eagle Claw Tip of the Week. Man, we can't even get the microphones changed. How many fish have we caught? This is great.
This is about 6.
Man, redfish going everywhere. Keep him tight. Watch those engines. Whoa, he didn't like that. Reel, 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 reel. Reel, reel, reel. You got him coming this way. Why don't you pull out that way? Whoa, get it back in the boat. There you go. This way. There you go. Point it that way. You're getting off that way. Stay center. Oh, you got a black drum. Keep his head in the water. Let me get this guy. Okay, don't go forward. Come back this way. Don't go forward.
Oh, he's a tough one. Oh, he's a tough one. My belt is turning.
Woo! He splashed me a little bit. Set your pole down. Man, a black drum. Same family as a redfish, but a black drum's kind of cool. See how his mouth does? He gets like a suction cup going and feeds along the bottom like this. Hear him grunting? Can you hear him?
Yeah. That's not his heartbeat, is it?
No. A lot of fish, the males grunt like that. Like redfish, just the males grunt, not the females.
I heard one grunt over there.
But what a nice black drum, huh? Man, this is one good for the pan right here. What a nice fish. Yeah, that's good eating fish right there. Good job, slimy 5. Everybody caught him. That was teamwork. We got one and then the other one, I didn't get my slimy 5 from last time. But we get these as a bycatch a lot of times in September and October around the full moon. The smaller-ish black drum, good eating size like this, come in the river every fall, and then they're followed by the big spawners. So we get really big fish like 70, 80, 90 pounds, even over 100 coming to St. John's. Let's let him go and catch it. Let him grow up for another day. What do you say? Yeah? All right, we'll see you, Mr. Black Drum. So guys, the other bait that we're using out here today is Fishbites. I'm taking just a plain sheet like this and tearing it up in strips and putting it on the bare hook and throwing it out there. And believe it or not, this will catch anything that eats cut bait that swims on the bottom. The reason we're using crabs as well today is because there's a lot of stuff on the bottom. There's croakers, whiting, all that, and we're after just giant redfish. When I put this on the bottom, you're gonna see that we're gonna catch a croaker in 20 seconds. As soon as it hits the bottom, whatever comes across it is gonna start eating on it. So it could be a redfish, it could be a black drum, it could be a croaker, it could be a whiting. If you want to catch fish and you want to catch more fish, try Fishbites. They really work. Fish going everywhere. I like it. All right, hang on. Let's get this one over here. Good job. Teamwork. Man, keep the pole down a little bit, not so high. Now I get 2 croakers. This is not how it goes. But see, same thing. See, hear him croaking like the drum did? See, same family. See, a croaker does the same thing. See how he has a suction cup on the bottom? So they go along the bottom and eat like that, just like the drum did. So kind of the same family. We're fishing on the bottom, catching everything, from croakers to giant redfish. He's like, I don't get a kiss? Happy croaker.
We'll be right back catching giant redfish when Hook the Future returns.
Hook the Future is brought to you by Andy, the Line of Champions, by Salt Life, Live Life Unanchored, by Scout Boats, Discover More, by Float On, there's only one real float on, by Tsunami Rods, powerful, sensitive, custom rod performance, and by Odyssey, the Extreme Battery, extreme power, performance, and reliability.
You know, one of the products that I love and I use a lot is Sea Sucker. You know, I get new boats to use and we use different boats to shoot Hook the Future on, so I can't drill holes and put things where I want to put. And for things like a cutting board, I can just put it wherever I want. I don't have to take up a
a rod holder or a space on the boat. I can put it wherever I want. It's gonna mount right there, stay for the rest of the day. Man, that thing is there. Just pump it up, and that's all there is to it. And it just stays right where I put it. Strong, not going anywhere, can cut anything on it, and doesn't damage the boat. So I love my sea suckers. If you have anything that you want to mount on your boat, from dive tanks to cutting boards and everything in between, check them out at seasucker.com. Now we're fishing. Man, you sure are grunting a lot over there.
Wow.
Okay, go this way a little bit.
Point him out that way.
There you go.
Perfect.
I think going over. My favorite thing about being on a TV show is that my family, I don't have to explain it to them. They can see what happened and all that kind of stuff. The secret to fishing is don't tell anybody where you're fishing, especially in tournaments.
Did you girls have fun today?
Yeah.
Take a kid fishing and do your part to hook the future. You'll be glad you did.
Brooke and Kinsley rocked today. They helped out behind the scenes and landed hard-fighting big bull reds all afternoon. And that's not as easy as it looks. Man, these girls can fish. Talk about contagious positive energy, these anglers have it. Today they showed everyone girls can catch big fish. I kind of feel sorry for Charlie and Carter. The girls caught redfish twice as big as the guys. But in all fairness, we did fish the creeks with the boys. Not really a fair playing field. Sorry guys, you're never gonna hear the end of it. A lot of vacationers travel further south chasing their fishing bucket list, bypassing one of the best fisheries in Florida. There's always something biting in Jacksonville, from monster trout and flounder to world-class offshore action. It's all here in the waters off Northeast Florida. So the next time you plan a fishing vacation to Florida, give Jacksonville a try. You'll go home with sore arms and plenty of fishy tails. If you want to give the big bulls in the St. John's a try, the peak season is from Labor Day to Halloween. So shoot me an email at captandon@hookthefuture.com and let's get out there. Don't forget to bring the kids. To find out how you and your family can take the same trip as you've seen on today's show and what's going on behind the scenes, like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter or Instagram. If you want us to share your fishing photos, use the hashtag Slimy5 when posting your pictures.